Okay, guys, I know this video didn't do well last time, but more signs? Okay, guys, so, pretty soon after I released my last video on, FHWA Signs Release 4, they actually released number 5. I've just gotten to it now. I've known about this for a while. I just haven't had time to make a video. So, why not do it now? Okay. Now, I don't think this has changed at all, but this is definitely a pretty good sign. Next. No. Okay. Yeah, I can. Okay. I don't know. Looks a little stretched to me. Don't you think? Like, I feel like there's a better way to fit more numbers in there. Okay. I like that. I think the New Jersey label is cute. It's very nice. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like this. Looks a little stretched out. Now, this is cool. I like that green. Stretched. Spur stretched. I don't know. I feel like this could just be a cutout instead of like a square with this in it. Again, stretched, and same as the last criticism. Okay, this looks like it's actually cut out properly. So yeah, I like this. I like this one a bit. Too stretched. Okay. I'm fine with that one. I'm fine with it. I'm not fine with this one. Again, why so stretched? Why not just make the sign bigger in both directions? Like, it's okay. Yeah, I like how I think I like it better not cut out because it's just a circle, you know. But it's still pretty good. And that's still stretched. Now that looks pretty cool. I didn't know they had county roots. I didn't know that was a thing. But it is pretty cool. I didn't know they had forest roots. I didn't know there was a National Forest logo. But yeah, pretty cool. I don't like that oval. That oval is a little gross. It's also not cut out, which seems a little weird. It seems like there's a bit of extra space up here, a ton of extra space over here, here, and here. This is a little more tolerable. I find it really funny how they didn't put an example or anything. But it's fine. The shape is more tolerable in this one because there's less like of a space just there. See. But still prefer if it were like cut out and maybe stretched out horizontally a bit. That's fine. I don't think you need a third line. You could figure out a way to not make that a third line, but it's fine. Okay. I didn't know these existed. Didn't know any bike routes existed at all. Just like as an idea, but very cool. The what? The Eisenhower Interstate System? The what? Okay. I like the star design. Pretty cool, I guess. That is infinitely cooler. Whoa. Whoa. That font choice and respacing just makes it look just impeccable. That is insane. That is insane. Insane. Okay. I wouldn't know what this stands for. This stands for junction right there. I wouldn't know what it stands for. Maybe in context, but I don't know. Now that's a sign. See, this looked kind of boring, very bland, very standard. That is cool. All the blue. I like blue on signs. Blue on signs is pretty cool. Okay. Okay, this makes sense. I like that. Doesn't need much explanation. I didn't know they had cardinal direction plaques. It is very cool. I also like how the N is slightly taller than all the other letters, you know, indicating like, you know, capital letter. It is very cool. This is very cool sign. I wish these were everywhere. I like it not in blue more. I know. Hot take, but yeah, I like it not in blue more. East, another good one. Like, For this one, it's like 50-50. South. I like 50-50. West. I like the black on white more. Alternate. Alternate? I don't know what the street sign would be used for. Looks cool though. I don't like how the A is the same size at the beginning. Is the same size as all the other letters. I like the vibe that was going on with the like bigger first letter. But okay. Do I like blue more? Yes. Alt. I know what that means. Because I know it's short for alternate. I don't know what alternate means in this scenario. Or alternate. I haven't a clue. I like the black and white more. Bypass. You don't need a hyphen in bypass. Okay? Maybe this is some other thing. But the verb to bypass doesn't have a hyphen. Now I've you know gained the etymology of the word into my cranium, but it doesn't need to be here. That being said, the sign's pretty good. It would be better if it didn't have the hyphen. Like the black and white one. Business. I genuinely thought there was a second S at the beginning there. But I don't think we need a plaque for that. I think people can figure out what is a business and what isn't. I like the black and white more. Turns out I don't actually like the white on blue very much. Huh. I thought I liked those. Truck. Truck. Okay. Elaborate. Are you joking? You're joking. Oh, okay. Why is there so much white space here on the sides? Fine. I like black and white more. End. I like the alternate version, the white and blue more, but temporary. Looks a little squished. The words look a little squished. Yeah, you could stretch that out horizontally a bit, but overall fine. Black and white more. Jeez. Temp. I know what that means. Temporary. So this actually fits much better onto the sign. The letters look a little unstretched. Might just be me being used to that. So yeah, it's just me being used to it. Yeah, pretty good sign. I like black on white more. Emergency route. A. That's a big A. Fine sign. Okay. I like that yellow. Indicates urgency. These three are all just fine. They're all the same. I don't like one any more than the others, really. Maybe this... no. Yeah, I like all of them equally. This is very cool, though. I like the yellow. It really indicates how important it is. I don't know about that one, man. I don't know about that one. Yellow makes it instantly better. Okay. Begin. Yeah, this is fine. I like the white and blue more. I don't like either of them especially, though. Toll collector. You could, you know, take out some of the white space here and here. But, gets the point across. Gets the point across. I wouldn't understand that this means exact change required. I would not understand that. So yeah, it's could be better, but it's a very cool looking sign though. Classic, good sign. I like it more black and white. Looks a little icky. It's a little icky. Not that bad, but you take out a little room here and here, and you know. I like black and white more. Like black and white more, but that angle looks a little funky. Left lane. Black and white more, but no, white on black more. No, white on blue more. Gosh dang it. But yeah, this is a pretty cool sign. Center lane. Center looks a little squished. It's like they squished it and then also put unsquished text. Like, don't mix squished and unsquished. Maybe just make the sign a couple inches wider. I like white on blue more for that. Right lane. No notes. Just, it's unsquished, so I like it a little bit more. White on blue. Gets the point across. Good sign. Black on white more. I don't know. The way how it's like angled and stuff, it just kind of makes his white space stick out. But I don't know how you get the same point across without making the sign look really, really weird. So, fine. Black on white more. Same. You could take out a little bit of width here. This isn't quite needed. But still pretty neat. Black and white more. That looks a little weird. Like, I get that it means that you can go either way. Yeah, it means that. So, I get the point. It just looks a little weird. Maybe make it a little bit wider so there's more space between the arrowheads. Or, like, make the arrowheads a little smaller. Make the arrow a little smaller. Something like that. But, yeah. Black and white more. Okay, I get the point, but come on, man. Come on. This isn't... This is just... It combines the... these ones with these ones. All of the worst qualities, none of the good ones. Well, it has the good ones, but there aren't any good ones to start with, so. Yeah. Blah, black and white more. Alright, that's a bit of a sharp corner there. Usually have it a little bent, a little curved. I like how streets don't have, like, big sharp corners. I have it, like, curves. So I'd like that on this sign. But otherwise, pretty neat sign. I like black on white more. That's a weird sign. That's a really weird sign. Especially how just like abruptly it seems to end. Like, I feel like this should have a bit more of like a lead up going into it, right? But overall, if it had that, it would be pretty good. It'd be great. You know what? I think I like white and blue more for this one. That's a cool sign. Looks like a horrible road to drive on, like you're on Rainbow Road, but pretty cool. Pretty cool. And I also like the little star in the blue, like the flag. Very cool, very cool. Very cool font. That's too much white space. It's too much white space. Maybe like move this like over it. Like take this, shrink it down just a little bit, put it over, crop out some of this white space here. That would be made, and that would look a little bit better. Good sign. I like this one more. They're both pretty good though. That's a cool sign. That is a cool sign. That's a cool sign. I like how it uses the green and the brown. See, the brown kind of looks like dirt, and then the green looks like trees. That's a pretty cool sign. I like how this text is bigger than this text. I like how this is like moved over to the left, and I like the attention to detail with the, you know, with like the vanishing point sort of thing going on, and the lines in the center of the road. How there are two of them. I like that. I like that. I didn't know signs could be so cool. I am at a loss for words. This sign. This is insane. Like the perspective and the so artistic. And this is just an example design. They could do like any number of designs. This is amazing. This is M10-3A is awesome. And it's M10-3A. They probably have a B. Well, that's a letdown. They have an Oregon Trail sign. Now, technically, this is an example. But yeah, very cool. Very cool. I didn't know they had an Oregon Trail logo, or even that the Oregon Trail was still a thing. But very cool. Little boring compared to the crazy signs that we've had so far. Again, a little empty. Still not a bad sign, though. Auto tour route, like automobile. It's fine. Works. Mediocre. Now that's cool. That's cool. It's like a light up one. That's pretty cool. State line. I didn't know that these were actual things that actually existed outside of the SpongeBob movie. Very cool. That's a cool river name. And also, a cool sign to have. Didn't know they labeled rivers. I'm not sure what this sign is for. Bit of green space on the sides there, though. Okay. Bit of a big space, don't you think? But other than that, pretty good. I feel like you might be able to eliminate the issue by making the space smaller and just spelling out road. Good to mark. I like specificity. Airport. Okay. The plane symbol could be better. I don't like how rounded off it is there. You know? But I also don't like how jagged this part is. Make this a little bit more round and this a little less round. That's a cool bus. Gets the point across. I like it. This one gets the point across as well. Train station. That does look like a train station. The train, you know, could add a little bit detail there. But other than that, pretty good. Now that is a much better train station sign. I like how the track is. I like, you know, more compact. I like how it's all, everything is just more compact. I like that. I didn't know that was a real thing, if I'm being honest. But good sign, good design. I feel like maybe both vehicles, the car and the ship, could have a bit more, you know, pizzazz. But I do like how the waves are, like, there, and then they affect the shape of the ship. That's pretty cool. I didn't know this existed. I thought this was, like, just an Oregon Trail thing. But I thought this, I hadn't even a clue that was a possibility. So, yeah. I like this sign better than this sign now. It has more detail, and also it's a bit more, it fills up a bit more space. Okay. I like the book. But I don't like how rough this transition is. Could be a bit more round. That's a pretty good sign. Gets the point across pretty well. Now, this is a darker blue than earlier, isn't it? Whoa. Yeah, I think it is. Be more consistent with coloring. But, I like it. I'm not sure what it means. So never mind, I don't like it. Yeah. I'm sure you could put a logo there, right? Yeah, logo size limitation. So yeah, you can put a logo there. I'd like it more if there was a logo, but that's an option, so. I also like how this text is bigger. I wonder whose job it is to come up with these example names. Sounds like a pretty fun job. But yeah, again, I like how this text is bigger. It gets the point across pretty well. Good job. Evacuation route. This could just be a circle. It doesn't need a square, you know? I feel like you're just wasting sheet metal there. I like how this like fills the space better. So I like this more than this, but I don't like either of them all that much. That is awesome. That is awesome. I like how the wave itself looks. I like how tsunami is like written inverted on the wave. I like how it's all caps, and it looks like a slight slightly different from this. This is more like squished horizontally, but this is like not squished. Amazing sign, like 8.7 out of 10. That is a cool sign. Actually, 8.5. It's still not cut out. I feel like cutting it out would be a good idea. Okay. Gets the point across. Not that good, not that bad. Just fine. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. Something about it kind of looks a little off. What the heck am I talking about? No, it doesn't. It's fine. I don't like how squished maintain looks. Like, and this text looks like really big, especially top. Top looks really big. So yeah, it's fine. Again, why is this so small? You could just make this smaller. You could just make this smaller, and then this wouldn't have to be small. It could be the same size. Make that arrow bigger. Itty bitty. Make it bigger. Other than that, pretty good sign. Same. Registration's a bit squished, but I mean, pretty long word. Okay. Decontamination is a bit squished, but pretty long word. Emergency shelter 2 miles. Why is shelter so big? Like, why are they making so many? Like, I thought it was cool how words were different sizes, but those were like the fancy signs. These don't need to be fancy signs. They aren't fancy signs, other than the fact that the words are different sizes. This is just a bit unneeded. Otherwise, the sign's pretty cool. Just make shelter smaller and make the sign shorter to match. Oh, this is the end. I don't know. I think with the word hurricane, it looks a bit more justified. Yeah, I like this more than this. And that's not counting the arrow swap thing. So that was release 5. Wait, let me go back in. So my favorite sign was definitely this one, closely followed by this one and this one. I think was not that one. I think there was another cool sign back here, right? I could just. Was there another cool sign? Oh yeah. This sign. This sign. Pretty cool. Yeah. So this sign and these two signs. This sign's the best, then that one, then the Eisenhower Interstate one. So yeah, that's what I think about the new signs. And I'll see you for the next release, which I think will happen. Likely. Yeah. There's more under development signs. Probably a sign or two. A release or two worth, it seems. Yeah, maybe even 2 releases, yeah. So, yeah, I'll see you when those come out. Farewell.